Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I asked on the premiere the other night if you'd all like to watch me make an album. In fact, it was over a week ago actually, but I've decided to do one. I have some gorgeous papers sent to me. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. There's quite a few. I just had to pinch a couple from my stash, hoping they go together, but I'm not sure if they do, so these are the ones that came in the stack. These are the two I've pinched out of my own. I'm just hoping they look vintagey enough, but I've had the most amazing items sent to me as well by the gorgeous, gorgeous Katherine Fletcher. So these are the bits she sent me. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, and it's all to do with like wings. She did tell me what it was called. I think it might be on the envelope, is it? Steampunk items. So I'm going to throw a few of these in with the mixture, so that's why I've chosen those papers. I think, you know, some of these in the corner will look absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this. Just how wonderful. That can be repaired. But look how gorgeous these are. Can you imagine that in the centre of that page? Decorating the cover of the book even. They're just absolutely stunning. Look at that. Just amazing. So thank you, Katherine, for these. I am going to use them, my darling. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. It's just the mirror image of that. Beautiful, crossed over in vellum, so you could have that in the corner of one. Oh, maybe use that as a tuck spot as well. Absolutely amazing. So yes, Katherine, these are going on my album, my darling. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to raffle it off. Not raffle, I don't want money. I'm going to put you all into a massive draw for it, and someone's going to win it. How exciting is that? Look at these beautiful bits. Just amazing, and the strips, it's just gorgeous. These will all be added to this album somewhere down the line. There's, look, there's just clock faces, ladies, more cogs, there's a gentleman. Oh, look at him on his time machine bike. The wings are outstanding. Love all this. So this is all going to get incorporated in the album somewhere. So trust me. Thank you, Katherine. You are an absolute darling. And yeah, I'm going to do a draw. Someone's going to win it. Oh my gosh. So there we go. Let's show you how I'm going to start now. I have done a lot of prep, I must admit. So we'll get over that when we come to it. So cardboard. I'm just using the stuff that comes off my DSP, and other items like, you know, the page protectors. You get the cardboard. I save it all. So you're going to need two pieces. These are 8 and 5/8 by 7 1/8. So it's going to be a fair size album. The spine then you'll need is 8 5/8 by 1 5/8. So yeah, it's going to have a good decent spine on it. And your papers then you will need, I bought some 12 by 12 cardstock from, I didn't buy it actually, I won Crafting Angel on Craft Stash, remember? And so I thought I'd order myself some 12 by 12 cardstock. So I got black and I got white. So I'm using the black today just to give that theme. Thing is, you're going to have to join your papers because they're nowhere near big enough. So these are both cut at 9 7/8 by 11, and you need 2. So let's just put the cardboard to one side. I'm terrible. And then what you're going to do is down the 11-inch side, you're going to add some tape. I might not be able to get everything in shot. I do apologise. But I'm using both glue and tape, not on this point, because this is just joining those two pieces together. So just pour it on, get it straight on there, and then just overlap where the glue is. Making sure you've got it at the right length. Doesn't matter if you've got a tiny fraction over there, because that's going to get folded over shortly. Always give things a really good burnish, because you don't want no air bubbles getting in there whatsoever. Perfect. So hopefully now that is going to be wide enough for my cardboard. Let me just have a look. So we've got a piece there, a piece there in the centre, and a piece there. Yes, plenty big enough. Absolutely wonderful, actually. You want to keep about a 1/4 inch gap, or maybe I could have grabbed some more cardboard, actually. Let me 2 seconds. Oh. Yeah, I've got some spare. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bend it over. It's only for when I'm gluing, and I want to keep that distance between the spine and the page. So I'm going to actually tear that apart, and then it's not bulking. So I'm just going to have 2 pieces, and I'm going to glue them together quickly, just roughly. This is just my guide to keep the pages open. So I've got a good gap. There we go. That's all I've had to do. And then when I come to attach these, I know I've got a good gap between each one, and that is going to get adhered down there. Perfect. So I'm going to make sure we've got distance as well, so we need the same amount of distance on either side. It's about right, maybe come over a touch more. Perfect. So I'm using glue just for this. It's only the cover, it's not. In fact, I'm gonna start with the centerpiece, actually. And I'm adding plenty and plenty of glue. This stuff is amazing. So I'm giving myself roughly about 1.25 inches either. See, that's already started to adhere down. Now give that a good burnishing. You want to get all the air out of there, and you want the glue to literally adhere down really well. That isn't going nowhere. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. So now I'm going to carry on gluing this piece. I love this glue. Some people use tear tape and glue. Right, now for my piece that I've just cut. Keeping the distance. Top and bottom, so I've got a nice gap now in between. And again, just rub down, making sure you get all the air and spread the glue. Perfect. The only thing is, I can't move anything down that. I can move it all down that way, so I'm going to turn this around, because I can move down that way. I've got a big bar here, so that's stopping me from gluing that side. So let's get going again on this one. Perhaps I should have taken the nozzle off for this. Try not to forget your corners. Perfect. Again, I'm going to get my little piece. Oops, and I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to get it right. It needs to go up just a fraction. Check your distance, Gaynor, come on. There we go. Oh, that's a lot better. That's it. That's got it. Oh, and now it's slipped out of place. I should have put a score line in really, but that's not too bad. We got roughly the same distance. That's better. Oh! Always burnish with your bone folder to make sure everything's stuck down perfect. Perfect. So, I'll keep that now for next time I do an album. I'm going to put the lid on my glue for a minute. Oops, if I can get the pin in. Right. Pokey tool there. Keep everything there so I can just grab it when it needs to be. I'm just going to grab my scissors. And I can show you, stay in view. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to lay that cardboard, grab a pencil and just, because you need to keep a tiny 1/8 of an inch gap. So you've got some space, and I'm going to chop them off. And we're going to do the same on the other side as well. Let's grab my pencil. You see that move then? So I know I've got the distance now. And I'm going to chop them off as well. On this side. Perfect. And then we can get rid of those then. So, while we're here, I'm going to take this again, pop it in, and I'm just going to just gently run my hand, nothing invasive. I'm going to move that down. Because I don't want my paper to crack. And the thing is, you don't want to fold it all the way over, because your album's never going to allow you to do that anyway. So just push that in and just get it to a 90-degree angle. I used to make the mistake before, and I would try and fold them right over, and it always cracked, always. But again, sliding that in, just gently, use your hand, pull that up, nice 90-degree angle. I mean, you could use, and this is 12, but you could use 11 3/4 by 9 7/8. Oh, mind you, no, you'd have to use a few pieces. Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get my smaller snips, and I'm just cutting up to the score line. To there. Because this is going to get glued on separately, and I'm just going to miter that tiny little bit, only a tiny little bit, And then we're going to do the same on the other side. I just find it helps to close it up. I always used to find if I was leaving this on that it would leave a ripple or a bump somewhere in the binder. And then basically that's all we're taking out. And then we can lift these up and we can glue those down now. It's better to do it in stages than trying to rush and do it all in one go. So just pull that up, lift that over, and using your bone folder to flatten it out. Nice straight edges, perfect, love it. But I'm going to trim. I'm going to miter these as well slightly. Perfect. And again we're going to glue this down as well. So it doesn't matter that it was overlapped there a little bit, because no one's going to see that. Take your bone folder, make sure all the air is out. And again, just gently lift. Perfect. Beautiful. That is so nice. Right, I'm going to pull it this way. What you're going to do is on the corners, you're going to lift and just burnish that, just that little piece there in the corner. And the same on this side. Oops, maybe I can. Perfect. And now I'm going to add these flaps. Do the side ones first, then we'll concentrate on the tops. Plenty of glue. We're just going to bend this over. Use your bone folder as you go. Tucking in that little bit of a corner there as you do. To get around that corner. And then just burnish. Beautiful. Let's just use our bone folder here. Nice neat corners now we got. So glue into the seam. Perfect. Just going to fetch this over. Neatening off the corners while we go. Oh, I love it. It's starting to look fabulous. So push the corners in. Just manipulate that bit. And then let's get this up. Get that burnish ready for when we add our glue now. Love it. Plenty of glue around the edges. Don't worry if it oozes out because we're going to be covering these pieces. Plenty of glue. And over. And again. Don't forget to burnish. Looking good. Looking good. Looking fabulous. Beautiful corners. No cracking. Perfect. So let's turn it round and now we'll do this side. Again, don't forget to skip up your corners. Tuck that paper in. Just giving it a little pinch. Use your bone folder. Pull it over. I know I didn't do all that on the first one, but I wish I had now. Now when I pull it back, it's going to just go straight back into place. Don't forget to glue right along that edge. All over. And all I used was 9 pieces of 12 by 12 and 10 pieces of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I've still got loads left. All small scraps obviously, but they're big enough to use on other projects. So I'll show you in a moment. That is absolutely fabulous. Love it. So again, let's get this side done. Just use your bone folder to lift. Ooh, a little bit short there, but don't worry. Add plenty of glue. And again, using your bone folder. This glue dries clear, so it is brilliant. Perfect, that's not going nowhere, none of that. So again, I'm just going to use my bone folder. Pop some glue in. Plenty of it. Again, I'd give your bone folder, give it a good crease in, and over she goes. Always give it a good rub, get that air out, and then this little album is going to last forever. Now again, just test gently, only to a 90-degree angle. And you can see now that your album is getting there. Lovely. That is going to be the size of it. Thankfully we're going to... But look, there's no creasing because you don't overly... If you kept folding that to try and get it flat, then it's just going to break on you. So there's your album. It's starting to take shape. Right, now you need a piece that measures 8 3/8 by 4, and this is going to go right over there. So I'm going to give that a little crease as well. And we know where to put it back once we've glued. This is called your inner spine. So I can add glue now everywhere on there. Concentrate on those score lines as well, because they're going to get adhered inside those groove marks. All the way down the edges. And then mortar. And you can literally put that back in the place and line it up. Push those in first, and then use your bone folder again, making sure everything is rubbed down. Don't worry about the glue, it dries clear, and I've also got a glue eraser, but we're going to glue over that anyway. So again, keep concentrating on these lines. And again, gently lift. Got to concentrate on these. You don't want nothing to crack. Just slowly, slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly. It's not a thing to be rushed. Again, once you get to about a 90-degree angle, it's going to be so sturdy. That is lovely. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do this side as well. Just as you're doing, gently lift. Keep going, gently lifting. No rush for this. 90-degree angle. Both of them. Just so they touch together. And that is lovely. Look, there's no cracking, there's no nothing. It's glued solid. That is just fabulous. I'm not the best at corners, but I've done a lot better in the past. You know. Oh, so this now is all glued into place, lovely. And just like I'm saying, every time you do something to this, just give it that extra time. Make sure nothing cracks. You don't want to give somebody a gorgeous little album like this and then it having it crack on you. Definitely not. So that was worth every minute we've just taken to put that apart. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to be telling you all your pieces as we're going along. So if you want to stop, write everything down, cut all your pieces out at the end, and then come back and watch me and we'll all do it again together, then more than welcome. So now for me to decide which papers are going in my inner cover. I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to have this one. And I'm going to have this one in the back. Yes, I think it's going in the back. And you only want to make these a fraction smaller all the way around. So that's going to be there, and this one is going here. And I know I've cut that at an angle, but right where that missed there, I'm going to take my black Sharpie and I'm just filling in because I've missed slightly. Love it. So if I use that as the bottom, this is going to be the top. So I've got a little gap. I've got a little gap, top and bottom, and at the side as well. Oh, I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to wait till later. I'm going to show you the spine. This is for the pages now, for the inner spine. This one is 8 3/8 by 2 3/8, and you're going to score it half inch, and you're going to add tape to both sides. I've added tape to the back as well. That is going to go sitting in there. I am covered in little bits of paint, but I'm also going to use glue as well, so I've got wiggle space. So just remove the back ones off first. Don't remove these yet. We'll do that when we add the pages. grab some glue. This will just help me to have a better coverage and give me some wiggle space so I can get all those nice and straight. So this has got a little border either side. Whoops. Top and bottom. Grab your bone folder, because that could burnish. Just check that it's not overlapping your butt. It shouldn't be anyway. Perfect. And these are your little flaps. You can burnish them as well at the same time for your pages. The next one then is 8 3/8 by 3 3/4, and that again is going in there, and that lines up with that perfectly. Take the strips off the back and add your glue. You don't have to, you could just use the tape, but I think we all need a little bit of hand positioning things from time to time, and this will just give me the right amount of time to position it lovely. Try not to go over your score lines, keep it in there, and then you want this in the centre. Just fold those over, perfect. Grab your bone folder, and again give that a good adhere down. Turn over your flaps, give them perfect. And then we've got one more. Now this one is a little bit, which is 1 1/8 by 3 1/8, and I scored this at 1 centimetre either side, just so you got a smaller gap in the centre, because you don't want a big wide gap in the centre of your book. And I've done a few now with these albums. I mean, I've taken pointers from this person, that person, the other person, but I've got a little bit of my own in this one. I did a waterfall card the other day, so we're incorporating a waterfall card section. I've seen other people do that as well, but I mean, just making sure nothing's over the top, nothing's over the bottom. Turn over your little flaps. Just give this a burnish. Either way. So you've got less of a bulk there in between. So that's where our 6 pages will go. Yay! We'll come to that later. So now I can adhere my front cover in. I know it looks like it's on the side, doesn't it? Have I got the pattern going the wrong way? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. I was going to put these on the outside. You need 4 pieces of designer series paper all this size. You need 2 for the inside and 2 for the out. And these, like I say, are 8 3. Oh, these are 8. Yeah, 8 and... Oh gosh, where am I? 8 3/8 by 7. There we go. I thought I'd get there in the end. Should have maybe gone to 7 and a... Gosh, I'm trying to keep this straight. Well, I see in that, that's it. Just want a little border there. You don't want to get too close. Perfect. The only thing is, though, I can't send it to anybody outside the UK because the postage would be horrendous. I auctioned off the Winnie the Pooh one, and it cost her near on $60 because she said she'd pay for postage and packaging, and it cost nearly $60, bless her, to get it to her. Unless if you're willing to pay the postage, you're more than welcome, but I mean it's a lot of money, really, a lot. So I'm having my camera at the top. Again, going in, nice little gap, top and bottom, all the way round, and in with your bone folder. We're getting there, we're getting there. This is coming together pretty quick, actually. Quite impressed with myself. So again, don't forget, gently, gently, just check that your spine, there's nothing overhanging, your pages won't get trapped, and everything is still, nothing is splitting, just beautiful. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this. Oh, I'm loving it. I might even make my mother one for Christmas. What do you reckon? That is gorgeous. So we can now start to put our pages in shortly. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Shall we pop these on the front and back? Yes. Come on, let's get these done as well. I'm loving this colour. I want it plain on the front so I can add those beautiful pictures of the ladies and the gentlemen, and I don't want no patterns on the outside because I'm going to add the pattern. There's going to be quite a few little tuck spots and stuff in here, so gently line this up. And making sure you've got a nice even gap all the way around, and use your bone folder again. I have got enough black cardstock to make another one of these, so hence the reason I'm going to put you all in a drawer for it. How's that? Perfect. And the fact there's no pattern until we add it means we can do so much to it. I've got the tiniest border all the way around, down that. Love that. Whoops. Oops, I've dropped my bone folder. Come back. Mr. Bone Folder. I can show you a deal these down. See, this is the most that's going to close. It's not going further. It doesn't have to lay flat. That's why I think I was making so many mistakes before. It's because I was trying to put this bit on the floor, and it doesn't close like that because these pages are going to be here. So we're getting there slowly. Pages. You're going to need 6 pieces of black card. These measure 8 1/4 by 6 3/4, and your designer series paper needs to be 8 1/8 by 6 5/8, and they're going to get attached right along there. So I'm going to do that right now. You'll need 12 of designer series paper and 6 of the black, because we're going to have it on both sides. And this is only taking me about 4 hours this afternoon to cut everything out, glue it together, get it ready. Nice little border. I love a small border. Absolutely beautiful. So that is going to be my first page. I've already done the other side. Beautiful. And then we're going to start to attach these. Oh look, I'm going to have to pull back the tape. So I've got that one, and then I've got page 3. I will rub these out once I've put them in. They go together. And then we've got page 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, 10, 11 and 12. Oh, so I went and go put tape all the way at the top. So I'm going to start with the back. I'm going to peel this off. Just checking. So they're going to go on like... Right, so what have I done wrong now? 1. Yeah, I've added tape to the other side and I don't really need it, so I'm going to have to leave it there. So that's going to be page 1. Page 2. Well, you know what I mean. 3. Yeah, I'm going to pull back the tape so it's not sticking out. And this, I'm afraid, I'll either put some strips of designer series paper down there now to cover those. Otherwise you're going to have the word Sukwang running through your album. And then that one's going to go over and that one's going to attach to there. I don't know what I was thinking. There we go. This one's going on there. And then this one is going to attach to there. Perfect. Lovely. So I'm going to do those 3 that way. Leave them that way. And these are going to go this way. So, yes, I'm going to have to now cut some strips of designer series paper. And I will make sure they will get covered with little 1/2-inch strips of paper. So don't do as I do. Do as I say. So this needs to be page... where's it gone? 5. I've got them numbered. Oh, it's 10, 9, 10, 11. So 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, right, that one's that way. That's why. That's it. That's going to be page 5. That's page 6 on this side. Perfect. It's alright, I was just getting my bearings. So I'm going to start off with the top one. And grab the tape. Just pull it back. Top and bottom. And keep it in that score line. Add the bulk in there. I've peeled back the tape now. Give that a really good rub. Let me put this, I'm not going to use glue on this because I know that tape is mega strong. And you're just going to press and press and rub. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to put strips of designer series paper in there. So again, I'm going to do this one. You want to add it without taking, pull back your tape. I should have added the tape to my pages instead, I think. So roughly take that back to the same. Just line up my paper there. making sure it's up, and I haven't gone over the score line. Checking those papers are virtually the same. Yay! Yay! Oh, what am I like? I'll live and learn, I will. Just pull back the tape. Top and bottom. So what I want to do, I'm going to put that right in that score line. Just so I can get the pages lined up. I should have started the back one, shouldn't I? Beautiful. Right on that score line. Perfect. I can even get the same designer series paper because I've got loads of long strips left. Lifting them up, they look pretty good to me. All seem to be on an even par. So I could get a strip of that and add that there. Give it more decoration. So now I'm going to do this one properly. I'm going to add the page against it so I can line it up perfectly. And I know how much tape to remove. So don't start in the where I did. In the middle and work your way out. Start at the very back and work your way in. Perfect. So I can line this up in the crease line. Making sure that is perfectly level. And smudge it in. Oh, love it. Pages are looking good. Just making sure they all seem to be lining up okay. Love it. I think that one might be a little bit off. Oh no, it's the gap, isn't it, in between? You've got a bigger gap in between, that's why there's a bit of distance there. Again, pokey tool. God, this is coming together really quickly. Just better check my battery life. Once I've pulled that back a little bit, that's better. Snip off the excess. That's how good it is. It's lifting the cardboard as well. So just nick it off. Oh, I do apologise. Right, page 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's right. So again, I'm pushing that down flat. And lining that up in there. There we go. Making sure it looks pretty good. Just not bad at all. Get that good burnishing. Get all the air out. As I must. Pages are looking good. They all look as if they're together. Oh my word. Last one. I peel back this. Come my bin is full and it's the green bags today. That one didn't pull the cardboard up that time, but I'm still going to snip it off. There we go. And now from the bottom. I should have thought it shouldn't go all the way to the end. In fact, I was going to use glue as well, but I don't think I need it now. So my last and final piece is going in. Is it level? Yes, it is. That's it. Now it is. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. See, looks lovely. Look at that. Again, checking. It looks nice and neat. Top and bottom. These are our pages. I'm definitely going to have to get... Look, I'll show you my papers. These were gifted to me. And, oh, that's the cover. These are all the patterns. Absolutely wonderful. So I've got long strips in here. Let me find them if I can. They're all at the back. Look, nice long strips. I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more. As long as they're long enough for the spine. Oh, it needs to just be a little bit longer. Or I can trim off some of these. I've got loads of it left, look. I will add another one of those, I think. Let me just make sure. So, for the back of that, it needs to be that pattern. And that can go all the way to there. Oh, I'll dress that actually, won't it look nice? Let me just grab my trimmer. And what did I say they were? 8 and 1/8. Ah, that was the pages. What? 8 3/8. And it needs to be 1/2 inch. Perfect, let me just have a look. I can do it later if it looks okay. Oops. Let's just see if that fits. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's follow that all the way down. Oh, a tiny little bit. Arrgh. Just pull that back. That's beautiful, and it's not interfering with the page. In fact, I may snip them off at the ends if I can get to them. Let's just have a look if I can. Yes, I can. Perfect. So if I take that top strip off, always cut from behind. You're not going to see that now. Do it this way. Perfect. Remove those little strips. Beautiful. Fabulous. And they just like the top of the page now. Woohoo! Let's do that on this side as well. I love it. Perfection. Or it will be when I'm done. Lovely, really lovely. Now I can cut that down now to 8 1/8, the same as the page. And that will be lovely and decorated. Perfect. Let me check. Oh, my camera's still running smooth. Beautiful. And that matches our pattern. Whoops, I'm losing my little pot. I love it. So let's see the next piece. It's this. So I'm going to do all that really quickly, and because the glue's already on, it won't take a fraction to do. 8 1/8, 1/2 inch. And there's the one I'm keeping for there. Cool. 1/2 inch. There. It's mad what you can get out your papers. Even a little bit of extra decoration there is nice. I wouldn't, if you come to do yours now for your inner spine, take it up to 8 1/8, not 8 3/8. You want it the same size as your page. Don't know why I made a boo-boo there, but I obviously have. So 8 1/8, not 3 1/8. Perfect. I've got this one. And I may need one more. Half inch. I may have to use this one. Because I don't think I've got any of the other. So there we go, I'll put that down there for now. Add my strip. Oh, that's not even the one. Oh, I don't have a dark one. Oh well, I'll have to put that on there now. Just a nice little border. Perfect. stripy one. No. No. It matches that one, so. Perfect. There's one on there. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oops. This one matches that side. 4. Hey, that one matches perfectly. Don't know why I did it like that. I think because I've done an album before and we had flaps like over either side of the page. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. Just a little bit short there. Just going to peel that back. Oh, no, I'm not. Yes, I'm going to peel that back later. I'm not going to just add bits on when I don't need to. Not very nice, is it? So, where are we up to now? Right, this is going to be the front of my book. And there's my pages. Right, what have we done? Now let's pop this to one side. Get all those gorgeous papers, put them away. Keep all my bits as well. Now, for this little project, you're going to need a piece of 12 by 12. And you're going to take your scoreboard and you're going to score this at 4 and 8. Flip it around and score it at 4 and 8 again. And then we're basically going to remove the 4 corners. Oops. So just taking off to each score line. And remove the corners. You could use your trimmer for this, I suppose. And keep these for matting with something. You could do a smaller one of these and do it 9 by 9 and do it at 3 and 6. If you don't have 12 by 12 paper. You could even use designer series paper and then strengthen it with card and DSP. Oops, just our last one now. What we're going to do, we're going to fold these and make a little mini folding album. Keep those for another project. You could trim them up 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 and use them on something else. So, just going to grab my bone folder and we're going to burnish on our score lines. Perfect. Grab my rubber. And what you're going to do is we're going to decorate these now. We're going to decorate all those flaps and these And we're going to make sure that they all fold over onto each other. Oops. Just going to trim that up. I'm just going to give this a little trim so that all the pieces are the same length nearly. Don't have to take a lot off. And then this will be glued on one of the pages in your book. Perfect. So I've got lovely designer series paper here, and I'm just going to glue them in. You can have them in any order you want. I'm keeping with these papers because I love them. They're just so beautiful. So the squares are 4 by 4, and the designer series paper is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. If you've got directionals like this, you'll make sure you keep all the directions going the right way. Oops. That's the one I think I just trimmed. And just adhere them all inside. These are more mats for you to add layers to. Perfect. Love these papers. I think they were all bought individually because they're hard. Look at that. This piece is off slightly. No, I'm just going to... Gosh, come back up yet. No, it's going to go. It's just slightly off, I'm afraid. I do apologise. Perhaps if you made these 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, then they fit better. I do like a small border, and I do punish myself sometimes doing so. Oh, I've put him on the wrong way. Oh, it doesn't matter. So now you're going to start adding. I'm going to have this one. On here. And then this one. I'm going to have this one. So cute. Cross this over, and then, because they are a little bit short over there. Got back stoop. It really hurts now because I'm stooping over. Add that, and then last but no means least, I'm going to really burnish this, and it's a little bit short. I may even pull that one in and attach them over. So I'm going to put this beautiful rose there. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, maybe take them down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. A spare one, and then you can put this inside your album. Just keep that in the centre. Just give that a good ripping down. I'll tell you what I might do. Save this one for my mum for Christmas and do another one for you lovely ladies. Now you've got this in the centre of there. You could add journaling cards as well. Up to you. So that's that page. I am going to be leaving a couple. I'm not going to do something on every single page. I think I may take a break actually and come back and finish. But I'm just going to show you one more and then we'll come back with the last two projects. Now this is 7.5 by 3 5/8 and you're going to score it at 3/4 on all four sides, which I've already done. And then you're going to burnish your score lines. Taking a snip and just going to miter slightly into that corner and into that one. And do the same on this side. Just a small miter. Our designer sales paper for this then is 2 3/8 by 5 7/8. And that is going to go right on top of there. I love these roses on this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to burnish this into our book. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue here. Add a bit of glue here. And then we're going to add glue to here. And then this is going to go in on the third page. So we've got that one on there. We're going to miss one and we're going to add this one on here. In fact, I'm going to add it on this side. And I'm just going to pop it relatively down by the bottom. I mean, you could add something on every page if you've got more in your mind than I have. So I'm going to pop in these lovely little cards, which these are 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and they fit in there lovely. And what I've done, I've taken them down a few inches each one. You know, you can just keep them all the same and then just don't press them down so much. Why doesn't that one want to go in there? Yeah, they're all the same size. I want them staggered actually, so that one's going all the way in. That one's going down there. That one's going to go to there. And then this one, what I've done here, these are 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. It's 5 3/8 by 5 3/4, because I want to leave a little border at the top and my paper weren't wide enough, so I've left a little border. Let me just see which round that goes. That's the way. And I've got it upside down. I don't want it upside down. That's better. And then we've got these beautiful labels from Stampin' Up. And I just decorated the tops where my card was short. So we've got spots, stripes, spots and stripes. And then this one can go in the back there. Oops, come on now. I know you fit. I've had you in there. You're the same size as the others. There we go. And then just push them in. And you've got 4 more mats there. Just line them up. Get them level. And then you've got 4 more mats, and you've got this. You can decorate this as well. So that's for that page. We're going to skip, and then this one. Oh, I'm absolutely boiling. In fact, we're going to skip this one. I'm going to go straight to the back page. Pop that to one side. Again, we've got the same again here, but a little one this time, and I've just cut those a 1/4 of an inch shorter each one. And they were, this one's 3.5 by 4.5, this one's 3 3/4 by 4.5, and this one's 4 by 4.5. This piece then is, let's say, this it was 6 1/4 by 5, 4 and an 1/8. And I just scored it every 1/4 of an inch, so it can have, you don't have to, you could just score it at 1 and 1 1/4. And then we're going to do the same again. We're going to glue this down. This one's got a little bit of depth to it. In fact, I'm going to place my cards in. So I know I'm going to pop my bone folder in there, just so I can keep that pressed in the corner. And the designer series paper is 3 1/4 by 4 5/8. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Just to keep it together while I attach it. Add a wee bit more glue. They're just like little index cards then, and they all stand up pretty. And then I'm just going to add this on. Oh my gosh, my battery's running low. It's just to give that nice little border again all the way around, showing the black. There. And that's going to go right in on our back page. And we're going to glue these bits. Don't know why I scored it every 1/4 of an inch. I think just do it at 1/2 inch and at 1 3/4. 1/2 inch and 3/4. That's right. That's it. And then we're gonna pop this right in this bottom corner. Keeping it nice and level. Shove my bone folder in just till it adheres down. Won't take long at all. And then you've got space there to add loads more cards in there. You could probably get loads more, and because of the thickness now, you probably get about, you could really make that go all the way to the top and put more journaling cards in if you wanted. And if you wanted to mat the backs, you could. Like I say, that one's 4, 3 3/4 and 3 1/2. So we've just got one more page to finish off. Nice and bulky. But look at the depth now on this that's coming on it. It's just lovely. I'm going to stop the video now and I'm going to come back with part 2 because my back is killing for 1, and 2, we're going to do the waterfall element and we're going to be decorating the front. So I'm going to come back and I'll do that in part 2. See you soon. Bye.